My only crime, I was fighting for democracy.
Abdelrahman Elmady stood with millions of people in the 2011 Egyptian revolution. The Freedom and Justice Party, an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood, won, but the victory was short-lived. 2 years later, a coup d'etat banned the party and put supporters in jeopardy. Elmady left behind a young family and escaped to Saudi Arabia. In 2017, he arrived in Vancouver and sought refugee status.
Unfortunately, I faced bias and Islamophobia from one of the CBC officers.
The Canada Border Services Agency, he says, painted the FJP as a terrorist organization and him as a security risk. As a result, Immigration Canada kept Elmady in custody for 2 months and eventually deemed him inadmissible to Canada. Elmady is trying to fight that decision in federal court. Experts in Middle Eastern politics say no Western country has labeled the FJP a terrorist group. Britain and the USA both thought about giving it that designation, but didn't.
President Trump put forward the proposition to his own national security people that it might be a terrorist organization and should be investigated as such. It was investigated, and the ruling came back, no, it was not.
Recently, Elmady took his CBSA concerns to social media.
I faced profiling and racism in Vancouver from CBSA, who's supposed to protect, who fight for human rights.
The case highlights the sweeping powers of CBSA and its renewed calls for some independent oversight. As it stands now, 2 people with the same backgrounds can come to Canada, yet one is deemed inadmissible and the other one is not.
Simply because the CBSA chooses to mount a case against one and not the other, or simply because the CBSA provides different documentary evidence about the organization in one case versus another.
In the meantime, immigration recently decided there's no danger in Elmady going back to Egypt. He's been ordered to leave later this month.
If I go back to Egypt, I'm going to be in jail and maybe dead.
In a race against the clock, Elmady hopes he can get the courts to reverse the decision against him. Val Puri, CBC News, Vancouver.